have a full moon. It is the viewing that we see every day from the no moon moment, which in this case was the 21st of January, where there was no moon. And then we saw the crescent and how slowly we saw light come onto the moon, and how this moonlight gives light here on this earth and would have given light to our ancestors, and that it increases, that we are part of that process, that we are observers of that process. And so, because last month we had a full moon in Gemini, that the filling up of the light approaching the opposition is going to be at the end of Cancer, not the last degree. So it's definitely still in Cancer, but because Cancer is a small constellation, then it will leave that constellation about 3 hours after the 180 degrees, which will mean it'll still be 178, right? It's very close, but the power is in the filling up, right? Filling up, right? Replenishing. And the fact that the moon is connected to Cancer, which is connected to water, and that it's been home since yesterday the 4th. It returned very early in the morning home, and that there's a beehive cluster in the middle. It's a cluster of stars that our ancestors watched in the sky to predict the weather. This part of the sky is very potent and very important energetically, and I invite you as a Skystrologist to be present in this moment, in this filling up of the light on the measuring moon, as we call it in Skystrology. And as the sun is amongst the stars of Capricorn and Aquarius, but in the part of the sky which has been known since the antiquated times as the celestial sea. And we see that with the name of Capricorn, sea goat, representing the sea goat, which is a sea creature, and Aquarius, an constellation connected to air element, but it's the water bear. And so this part of the sky has a water theme to it. And the moon has a water theme by being in Cancri, the nurturer, the first water constellation that we have in the celestial calendar. So these are very potent hydration points to receive information and memory. We have also just shifting ever so slowly from a 0 degree south node of Libra at the time that a comet was coming into Virgo the first day, not yet 24 hours clear, so let's say it's between the two. And the nodes, they move backwards. That's why it's 0 degree Libra, and then 44 degrees and some arch minutes of Virgo. Virgo's connecting, grounding into the Capricorn energy, and the Libra is connecting to the Aquarius energies, and the moon is at home filling her cup to the fullness to measure the energies at this halfway point, if you will, from the cycle of the no moon moment to when this moon returns to the beginning of Capricorn, which is actually a few days before the next no moon moment. at the end of February. Just a little post note. The birds are not chirping anymore because I'm recording this later. I just want to invite you to look at the comparison of the positions of the heavenly body between Vedic, Western, and true sidereal and Skystrology. And this expression here is color coded, and it is to draw your attention to the colors that represent the elements. And when you look at Capricorni, you see how many of the alchemized elements are there, actually primarily there. And this is about really moving with what's available to you and having, of course, a conscious integration with those stars that make up those constellations, plural. It's not just one constellation. And also with those elements. So we have 2 in Capricorni, where the sun is shining. That's earth and air. And then we have 1 in Pisces, which is water and fire. Fire from, like alchemized fire from Cetus, because I believe all of Cetus is fire and earth. And fire. And part earth too, to be honest, because it spans from the beginning of water, Pisces, all the way to Taurus, really. And Sagittarius, of course, the water and the fire energies. And in this distribution of the alchemized energies, we have all of the elements. We have the measuring moon at home in Cancer, in Cancri, and in opposition, we have the sun, the shining sun, the fire in alchemized position with the other 2 elements of Capricorni, which are earth and air. So we can always find the abundance. We can always find these powerful connections to be the alchemist.